Greetings and welcome. I am Justavor, bringing you what I hope is constructive information on what the system of racism is and how it works, as well as what can be done to replace it with a system of justice. The purpose of these videos is to provide a counter-racist perspective to the things happening around and to victims of white supremacy racism. The goals of these videos are to assist with the comprehension and understanding of what the system of racism is and how it works, while offering constructive insight from a counter-racist standpoint in an effort to help people produce the will to produce justice as soon as possible. Now, how do we define racism? From the many years of research on the subject of racism, the conclusion is that the most accurate definition of racism is identical to the definition of white supremacy, which is a global system of people who classify themselves as white and who are dedicated to the mistreatment and subjugation of all those who they have classified as not white. There are many definitions used for the terms racism and white supremacy. I have concluded that words are very important and that this definition is the most accurate. What type of content will Justavor present? Justavor will present whatever content is relevant at the time and assist with the purpose and goals of Justavor. We will explore the 9 major areas of people's activities and occurrences to better understand the system of racism. The 9 major areas of people's activities are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war/counter-war. As of right now, there is no set schedule for presenting videos, but the goal is to provide videos often. Subscribing and signing on for notifications can inform you the moment new videos and content are available. It is a goal to host live sessions in the future so that we may experience a dialogue and hopefully gain even better understanding of what the system of white supremacy is and how it works. Now, what has inspired this work is the desire to understand the problems of victims of racism, white supremacy. Works by Neely Fuller Jr., Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, The Cows with Gus T. Renegade, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Bobby Seale, Huey P. Newton, Marcus Garvey, W.B. Du Bois, Carter G. Woodson, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Naeem Akbar, and countless others have played a part in inspiring Justavor to not only learn as much as possible about the problems all VORs face in the global system of white supremacy, but how we can solve these problems without making new problems. I am still learning. Now, what is counter-racism? The code, as written by Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., describes counter-racism as any thought, speech, and/or action that is effective in ending white supremacy, racism, and/or any thought, speech, and/or action that is effective in replacing white supremacy, racism with justice, balance between people. What is justice? Justice, as per the code, means balance between people, guaranteeing that no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person who needs help the most gets the most help. How will counter-racism solve the problem of white supremacy, racism? In the code book titled The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, a compensatory counter-racist code by Mr. Neely Fuller, it is recognized that no major problem between people can be eliminated until the system of white supremacy, racism, is eliminated. Counter-racism was developed as a code of behavior to help victims of racism who I refer to as VORs, to know and understand who the racist white supremacists are, how they function, and for what ultimate purpose. Also, to know and understand how the power of racists to practice racism can be nullified and or eliminated by victims of racism speaking or acting as individual persons, all by choice. Counter-racism is based on the logic of cause and effect. In closing, I would like to give a special thanks to all the ancestors and attempted counter-racists who have come before me and whose work I have and will continue to draw from in my own efforts to make constructive contributions to solving the problem of white supremacy. If you would like an even better understanding of the code and how it works, please visit producejustice.com to order the United Independent Code System concept by Mr. Neely Fuller. I receive no proceeds from the sales from Produce Justice or any of the works I have mentioned in this video. I think that the works of Mr. Fuller Jr. are constructive and his books act as a guide to getting and keeping on code. I would also suggest studying the ISIS papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing as a complement to the code book for better understanding of the group mind of suspected racists and their victims. Mr. Fuller hosts a weekly radio program expounding on the code, and you can visit producejustice.com for the link and phone number to call in to the show. You can also visit Victors of RWS YouTube channel to find content from Mr. Fuller and uploads from his radio interviews. Also, Gus T. Renegade has done excellent work in demonstrating the effectiveness of codified behavior when in contact with victims of racism as well as suspected white supremacists. Gus hosts the Context of White Supremacy multiple times a week on Black Talk Radio Network. You can visit the YouTube channel Mr. H. Fox for past uploads of The Cows and other counter-racist content. If you feel this content is constructive and worth your time and energy, please subscribe to support the making of more content in the future. Thanks for checking in. Until next time.